Do you guys remember BuzzFeed back when pretty much everybody was dunking on it back in like 2016, where just you could pretty much make fun of anybody, and BuzzFeed sort of was the biggest target? And they were always putting out bad videos too, so it was really easy to get onto them. Well, one of their branches was led by this group called the Try Guys, and the Try Guys would go and try different things. And one of their members, Ned Fulmer, who always presented himself in a family man type of aura, was found out to be cheating, which I just find to be wild and genuinely hilarious. That's why really you just shouldn't put on a front on the internet. Like, when I come on here, like, this is what I really think. This is what I would say if someone was standing right in front of me. And if Ned Fulmer was standing right in front of me, I'd be like, yeah, you shouldn't have been a fraud. Just point blank period. Okay, you shouldn't have presented yourself as a family man, stayed married to your wife for 10 years while going behind your back and cheating on her with some random employee. Like, it's just messed up from the get-go. What clued me into the situation was a thread by Nicholas Diorio, with the last tweet being, I've been told he was a family man type of YouTuber. The biggest winner is Alex's fiance. We're going to get into who Alex is in a little bit, and hopefully he doesn't the right thing and dumps homegirl before the wedding. Lol. Now, a really interesting thing I see a lot of times is where now, more so than like a couple years ago, a lot of times when people will have an affair, both parties will get called out. We saw it with the Adam Levine situation. We saw it with the John Mulaney situation, and we're seeing it now. I saw another tweet that said, the thing that is annoying me right now about the whole Ned Fulmer cheating situation is that you brought Alex around your wife and your kids, and she knew Ariel for years. As a woman, that was a choice. That shows where both their morals are. Disgusting, honestly. I gotta agree, like, this is something messed up. Like, normally I'd be like, oh, city boys, blah, blah, blah. But, like, this is messed up. And it's so funny to see just the people at BuzzFeed. I don't know what's in the water at the whatever kind of water coolers they have there. There's always something that shouldn't be going on there. They drop people like flies. Their analytics have been steeply declining since that 2016 peak, which is funny because when they were getting the most ridicule, the most hate, people were coming after them the most. That's when they really were at an all-time high, and now nothing's going on. So I think they will take a little bit of a jump, which isn't to say that they were like, getting like 10 views a video. Like, they're still getting a good amount, but not as much as they used to. And again, this brings me back to just be who you are. If you're gonna be this womanizer, this ladies man, or whatever Ned Fulmer actually is, he should have just been that. That way, when stuff like this comes out, nobody's like, oh my goodness, I thought you were a completely different person. Don't present yourself as a family man and then go around doing this. It's like the John Swan stuff. I feel like I bring up John Swan a lot, but it really does apply here. Like, he presented himself as this moral paragon that was always calling out like the wrongs online, and then he got found out for trying to blow up an accusation in a document, and he like faked some drama with Dream, I think it was. Yeah, it was Dream. Just completely tanked his credibility, and since he built his persona around credibility, he completely tanked his career. When you build your career around just false pretenses, like, you're setting yourself up for a long-term failure, but short-term success, clearly. And I'm really not trying to grandstand when I'm like, hey, this is real me, this is what I do, this is what I say, but it is, right? So nobody's like, oh man, I can't believe you would say that, or you've been so nice in this occasion, and then behind the scenes you're actually trying to get this person deplatformed. No. Okay, you gotta stick to something. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything, which I know is a weird cliche to use, but it really just came to my mind. Like, this guy was just such a phony. It's genuinely hilarious, because I guarantee you, as soon as that Adam Levine stuff happened, he probably put out like something where he was like, well, if I said guarantee and then I said probably, I should check, whatever. He was like, I can't believe that someone would do that to their own wife. It's a good thing I love Ariel so much. That's his wife's name. And now he's lost his job. He joined in with Ime Udoka, the Broke Boys band or whatever. I don't know. I saw a lot of jokes about people saying that like Adam Levine, John Mulaney, and him could like join up together. I was like, you can throw Udoka in there. I'm saying his name wrong, but whatever. Not enough people know who he is. Let's continue with the tweets. It's funny how sometimes you don't know how much you have in common with others, and then Ned Fulmer cheats on his wife, and you find out everyone you follow has had a Try Guys and or BuzzFeed phase. Yeah, back in 2016, they were like the biggest thing. Like, they were like the main target to dunk on, especially for like political YouTubers. Like, a lot of times left and right people would just be dunking on BuzzFeed because they'd be doing the most ridiculous stuff. And now they've toned it down a little bit, and some people are like, oh well, you know, I can't believe I had a hating on BuzzFeed phase. And it's just like, oh my god, like they were worse back then, I promise you. And even now, if you look at their tweets, sometimes it's just like, oh my goodness. Jeez, I should probably mute these. I still have them followed, not on my Jackson Doorknob account, which you should go follow me, by the way, but on my personal account, I still have them followed, and I come across them and I'm like, ah man, this company has fallen so far. It is really crazy to think about though, like just how big the company was at one point, and then they're just poof, just out of nowhere. As quickly as they burst onto the scene, they disappeared, which is pretty much how most fads are. Hopefully that'll happen to the oh no, no, oh no, no, no song at some point, because it keeps showing up and I hate it. The most ironic part of the Ned Fulmer / Try Guys drama is that someone at BuzzFeed is going to write an article about this. I find it interesting because it's like, hey, like how do you even approach this? I don't even know what P word I was supposed to say there, but anyway, like there's been employees coming out being like, oh yeah, I'm not surprised by this, I'm not surprised by this, like duh, like of course it was Ned. It's like, wow, I'm surprised that it took this long to get out, genuinely, like with all these people being like, I know. It's like, wow, like everybody's cool with it. And they, oh well, not cool with him cheating necessarily, but they were more so like, nobody needs to tell his wife. She'll be fine. If she knows, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. Probably that was probably part of the thought process there. Like, you know, I mean, what she's not gonna find out, she's not gonna find out. And he's a cash cow. And then as soon as it came out, everybody was like, yeah, we always hated Ned. Bad guy. I'm sure the Try Guys will be fun, because I don't really think they relied on one person. I don't know what Ned is gonna do. If he gets divorced, which I hate speculating on stuff like this, but it's part of what I do. I like to speculate sometimes, and I feel like it would be incomplete if I didn't speculate a little bit here. He's gonna lose a lot of money, and his credibility, when he built his career off of, is shot. So at this point, if you're like his PR manager or whatever, like what do you even suggest? Like, oh well, you're gonna have to do a lot of charity drives. I know it sucks, but you're gonna have to do a lot of charity drives. Because I really couldn't say. I couldn't think of anything that would be like, oh, you know, that might help redeem him. Because, like, nobody's going to be satisfied with an apology, right? Because those just never work. And you know he's going to try. It's going to be like Logan Paul's level of bad. But thankfully, because he isn't Logan Paul level, he's not gonna get as much ridicule, but it will be funny. It's definitely, he does seem like the type to like sit on the ground in like a hoodie and probably like some shorts, but you only see the hoodie, and he like records it in a different format. I saw some video where it was talking about how like YouTubers will like switch up their whole like setting or how they film videos to come across more like original and something like that. And I feel like that's what he's gonna do. Like, this is the play to make. And then he's gonna keep posting on his personal channel to little to no avail, because like what do you even do? Like, you can't make family content, and that's probably a good portion of why you have so many subscribers. So I don't know. I mean, the McBroom guy, Austin McBroom, you know, he gets exposed for cheating on his wife all the time. I see videos about that all the time, and he still makes literal family content. So I don't know, you know, I'm sitting here acting as if him just not having a family is like a foregone conclusion, when it's just not. I really don't know. But I think I've really talked about or as much of the situation as I can, given the information I have, which isn't much. So I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.